What is rent control? If you're looking to rent a place soon or have rented recently, I don't know where you're at, you may have heard about this magical thing called rent control that's supposed to save you money and keep you on budget. But what even is rent control? Isn't it that thing that prevents landlords from raising your rent so you can have cheap housing forever? No. Rent control is a form of government regulation that limits the amount a landlord can charge or raise the rent on a rental property, whether that be a house, condo, basement. Basically, if you can live in it, it can be under rent control. The goal is to keep housing affordable, especially for low-income people living in cities with limited housing and rising rental costs. Contrary to popular belief, rent control doesn't mean that landlords can't raise your rent, even though it can include rent freezes in extreme circumstances. It just controls by how much they can raise it in a year. While rent control seems like this ubiquitous concept, not everywhere has it. In Canada, it only exists in 5 provinces: British Columbia, Manitoba, Quebec, Prince Edward Island, and Ontario. And just as not everywhere has rent control, not all rent control is the same. It all depends on where the property is. In Ontario, my favorite province, not biased, rent control only extends to residential units occupied or created before November 15th, 2018. It doesn't cover newly built homes, building extensions, or new basement apartments. So if your basement existed before November 2018, but it was only renovated to have people live in it after that, no rent control for you. However, for those properties that do fall under rent control, landlords can only raise rent by a certain percentage once a year. In 2023, that rate was 2.5%. So if your rent was, say, $1,000 a month, lucky you, it would increase to $1,025 a month. But landlords can request to increase that percentage if 1, their municipal city tax has gone up a lot, specifically if they've gone up more than 50% of their allowed rent increase for that year. For example, at the time of recording this video, Toronto municipal taxes have gone up 9.5%. So landlords can ask to raise rents more than the limit because 9.5% is much higher than half of 2.5%. Check the math, it adds up. 2, security costs have gone up where the landlord begins offering security to their tenants. Or 3, they're paying to renovate the home. So I'm sure we can all agree rent control seems great for renters living in qualifying homes. It keeps housing affordable, it makes rent increases predictable, all great. If you end up landing a rent-controlled unit though, don't expect to pay the same low price as the last person renting the space. Ontario also has this thing called Vacancy Decontrol, which means that after a tenant moves out, the landlord can raise the rent to whatever they want it to be. The unit is still under rent control, but that higher price is now the baseline for future increases. Now, that might not be ideal, but if you're looking for a place to rent that won't periodically jump scare your wallet, a rent-controlled unit still may be the way to go. And now you know what rent control is. Thanks for watching this episode of TVO's What is Explainers. If you want to suggest another topic for me to explain, you can tweet me at 500 Days of Ariana. The link's in the description. If you enjoyed this video and you want to watch more like it, you can click around me, push the like button, and subscribe for more educational content. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.